crack open a cold one is Team Unity Tuesdays. I'm kidding. At 36, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. Hello. Yes, that was a reference to Daniel Giesling. I love watching the NLSS crew. So yeah, I decided to do that since this video should be going up on Tuesday. So, as always, I'm Theorix6. Welcome back. Magic Arena. Nonsense. Anyway, the order. Many people tried, and I realized that this task was very difficult. So what I've decided to do now is decrease the difficulty substantially. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to show you the 5th and 6th cards so that you only have 6 more cards to put in order. So as you might recall, Orzhov is my favorite of the guild icons, not the guilds themselves. And then Golgari is my least favorite of the guild icons. I do love the Golgari guild, but I'm not a big fan of the icons. Now, behind Orzhov here, there are 3 other cards that you have to guess the order for. And then Simic is my 5th favorite of the guild icons, followed by the Azorius symbol. After the Azorius symbol, there are 3 more Azorius symbol, 3 more, till you get to Golgari. What I need to know is what are those 6 symbols in order of my taste, of my liking, between those 2 sets, right? So if you let me know that, I will do something probably cool. People have asked, like, I can sign things. People have said, like, you could play games. I'll probably do, like, both. Anyway, of course, head over to flipplightgaming.com. Use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal. Helps support the show. And it allows me to keep rambling a bunch of nonsense. Now, my question for you all, because I really liked the cheesecake question, and I actually should answer that first. Cheesecake's a pie. Technically, it's a tart. It's not a cake. Cake are like is like baked with like flour and eggs and a bunch of all this nonsense, and then like it rises and stuff. It's a pie. Technically, it's a tart or a custard, but it's a pie. A lot of people said like of course it's a cake because it's called cheesecake, but Boston cream pie is a cake and it's called a pie. The name doesn't really necessarily mean anything, right? So yeah, I mean that's where that is. But my next question for you, once again, based upon the whole Team Unity thing, is: do you eat fish and chips, the English food, meal, snack, I don't know, with a fork and knife, or with your hands? So fish and chip, fork and knife, or your hands. And today, we're playing some more Muldrotha. Now, a lot of people did want to see this deck come back, and a lot of people wanted to see it come back specifically with the sagas. But unfortunately, I was not able to fit all the stuff. Like, I don't have a sideboard here because there were so many different things I wanted to do that it was impossible for me to actually save the sideboard, because Wizards refuses to actually let you have a sideboard over 15 cards, even if you name it for best of 1, which makes sense because you have to deal with things like the Mastermind's acquisition, but still, like, come on, just let me have it. Anyway, this is the deck as is. A bit of a strange curve in that it's not really a curve, it's very plateauy, but we run 4 Incubation Druids, which is very helpful, instead of running Llanowar Elf, which kind of is a pretty bad draw later in the game, as well as Druid of the Cowl, which can only ever give you green mana. Incubation Druid is kind of that nice halfway point, where unfortunately I'm not able to kill X1s, but I can at least I can at least block against 1Xs and not have it die, as well as the fact that it can mana ramp you. And it can actually do something later in the game and have itself just be a 3/5, which is helpful. We run 3 Merfolk Branchwalkers. I really considered running the entire Explore package, but I found that it just took up too many slots, so instead I ran a 3/3 of Branchwalker and Jadelight Ranger, and it's just very helpful to be able to choose what we want to keep on top and whether or not we're going to get lands. So at some point I did have Glowspore Shaman instead, but the graveyard centricness just wasn't really there because there were so many things I would rather just cast and get additional value if it is put in the graveyard. So Hydroid Krasis is technically not a 2-drop, but I'll talk about it now. It's more of a finisher that is really helpful because it says when you cast the spell, and Muldrotha allows you to cast that permanent. Well, it says play, but it's so you can also choose lands, but it allows you to cast it. So even if your Hydroid Krasis gets countered the first time, you'll get the life and draw, and then if you cast it again with Muldrotha, you will once again get that life and draw, even if it gets countered again. So Hydroid Krasis can really snowball out of nowhere with Muldrotha. Thief of Sanity is just a real strong card. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's like really good in mid-range decks, and we are a mid-range deck. And you'll notice I have a large number of 1-ofs, and the reason I have a large number of 1-ofs is because I wanted to see if I can have like a core of the deck, and then have some 1-ofs that I can get back with certain things that will help the deck in specific matchups, but aren't necessarily great in all places. So Gift of Paradise, for example, is really helpful against aggro because it is just a way to ramp, but it's also a way that gains you life, right? So if you play this out on turn 3, then on turn 4 you can play something like a 5-drop, which very possibly is going to be able to get you there against aggro. Journey to Eternity is helpful. It's a legendary enchantment, and we really need to set up for it, so that's why it's only a 1-of. Of course, we can get it back with Muldrotha, which is always nice. 4 Hostage Takers. This at one point was actually a split of, I believe, 2-2 Ravenous Chupacabra and Hostage Taker. But I looked at Easy Mode's video, and I will have that once again linked in the description because I think it is a fantastic tool, because it really goes step by step with how to help you make your mana base. And I use that video for this mana base, and I feel great about it. I used to have Chupacabras, and I found that it was actually easier to cast Hostage Taker on turn 4 in a deck that wants to play Jadelight Ranger on turn 3. If we take out those Chupacabras, we don't have to deal with that problem because we needed too many black sources that we would have had to play. I think it was 26 lands, actually. I think we would have had to play 26 lands in order to make sure we can cast all of the things we want around on curve a certain percentage of the time. So that's why we're running 4 Hostage Takers. Also, they're just good. Like, even if you just delay, that delay is often going to be enough. And for what it's worth, it does deal with things that are otherwise indestructible. For example, Adanto Vanguard. It also blocks better than Chupacabra. 1 Prime Speaker Vannifar. We have a bunch of 1-ofs, so it's fun, and I just wanted to play a fun card. Don't sue me. 1 Vraska Golgari Queen. Once again, she isn't perfect in all matches because this isn't a sacrifice like centered deck. We're not always going to have stuff that we don't mind getting rid of. You can of course get rid of top deck lands when you're flooding out a bit, but she is nice to -3 and destroy a few things here and there. But otherwise, she is just kind of a 1-of worthy card. We are then of course running 1 Biogenic Ooze and 1 Underrealm Lich. I did also have a, I can't think of her name. Tatiova, there we go. In this slot as well, because all of these are just 5 mana value kind of cards that we can, get with Prime Speaker, that we can get back with things. But I found that Tatiova was the weakest of these, but she was still strong. Unfortunately, we just had to cut her for reasons. The deck was at like 70-something cards at one point. It was very hard to cut down. But yeah, Biogenic Ooze can allow us to not have to play out any more cards from our hand, allowing us to just snowball with 1 card. And Underrealm Lich not only stocks our graveyard, but it also helps us to have a creature on board constantly, right? We can pay life to get this creature indestructible. And I should note this now. This is the only card that isn't a permanent in our deck. For a long time, I did have Assassin's Trophy, I did have Vraska's Contempts, I did have Thought Erasures. But the longer I looked at it, the more I was like, I'm just going to play as many permanents as possible because screw it, why not? 2 Eldest Reborns and 2 Viviens, just value incarnate here. There's not really too much to say. If you're able to loop Muldrothas and Eldest Reborns, like, even if they kill your Muldrotha, if you have that Eldest Reborn out, you can immediately get back Muldrotha, and since you're not casting it, you're just putting it back into play, you can just immediately cast Eldest Reborn again. So they have a nice loop together, which is very helpful. 2 Fines, 2 Fine Finality. Sometimes you'll need the Finality, since we aren't running other, like, actual removal. But most of the time against these mid-range decks and these control decks, you're just going to use Fines to get back some of your insane value cards, right? You can get back a Hostage Taker plus Thief of Sanity, so you can get rid of one of their things and play one of your own. It's just great. 2 Muldrotha. I tried to have 3. I really did. But I couldn't fit 3 and fit all of these cool cards. All right? It was hard. I tried. I couldn't do it. That said, Muldrotha is awesome because you can just keep playing stuff. I mean, that's pretty much it. 2 Vraskas. She's great. I love Vraska. Just make a thing or you just destroy things. What I typically do is I'll play Vraska and then destroy something important of theirs. And then the following turn I can play Muldrotha, kill something with the Vraska, and then if Muldrotha lives, I can just play Vraska again. It's great. It's awesome. And then this is our mana base, which we used the easy mode deck mana base video thing, and it was a ton of help, right? We only run 3 basics, which might be a problem technically for something like Saddle the Wreckage, but overall, I haven't had any problems with the mana base that have to do with the color requirement, right? So it's all been fine for that, and that's what it's meant for. It's not necessarily saying I will certainly be able to I'll certainly be able to play those cards on curve because that's a bit more about the number of lands that you play. But instead, it was more about being able to actually cast the cards by having the right colors. So usually it was just do we flood, do we screw. Otherwise, it worked out fine. This hand is good. We have a Branchwalker. And by that time, we should have another land, especially since we do have that Branchwalker. So I'm totally fine with this because I can Branchwalker into Jadelight or I can Branchwalker into Gift. Hostage Taker, potentially very helpful, depending on what our opponent is. They might be on mono green. Okay, so they're maybe on mono green. So I'll go ahead and play this and play out Branchwalker. I do, of course, hope that I get a black source. Not a black source, but I can still play Jadelight Ranger, so that's nice. That said, we did get to play some practice games, and of course, I don't play very many practice games with the decks that I have a lot of experience in because I play this constantly. Oh, this is Gruul. Interesting. Slightly afraid, but otherwise, interesting. Growthchamber Guardian, sure. Might actually be Teamer and just not have the lands necessary. I'm going to just play Breeding Pool untapped and Jadelight Ranger. I could absolutely Gift of Paradise, but I would rather play out something like Jadelight. Now, go ahead and just... I meant to graveyard that. That was a oops on my part. I absolutely meant to graveyard that because I would have preferred to actually dig one card deeper, potentially. But it shouldn't matter too much, hopefully. Yeah, that's fine. So our first game that we played in practice was against Mono Black Zombies, and we were able to win because we got so many Hostage Takers out. We did get down to like 7, I think. But once we were able to just keep playing Hostage Takers and just keep removing their cards, playing their own cards against them. So here, let's see. So if I play this untapped, then I can play Gift of Paradise and Incubation Druid. So I think I will do that. This and this onto this and this. So we mitigated a little bit of the sadness there. We got a Druid out. I assume my opponent's going to Growthchamber Guardian end of turn here, and I'm totally fine with that because we do have a Jadelight Ranger to block. Next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll be on 5, so we can Eldest Reborn. We can also just Hostage Taker. If we draw another land, we can Hostage Taker and cast this, which is likely what we would be taking anyway. So that's actually pretty good, and we can even adapt it for ourselves. So, you know, it's not a bad spot at all. If our opponent plays a land, they can have Growthchamber Guardian and hold up the ability to adapt it, which actually means I might end up trying to take that one. Not sure. The next game was against Grixis Midrange. They did mana screw a little bit. I will block that. The thing is, the double block would be bad, right? If I'm trying to play around something, double block would be bad. I assume maybe they have Thrash Threat, but I'm fine with that, I guess. Because then they're not developing their board as much. Because I have access to Hostage Taker. So I think I'm fine with this. Colossus, sorry. Collision Colossus, not Thrash Threat. That is my bad. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So they might play their Growthchamber Guardian. Then I could just steal that one, honestly. So they don't get another one. Darn. Oh, I do have 5 mana. I totally forgot about Incubation Druid. I am silly. So I'm absolutely going to take this one, because that way they can't gain any more advantage. And I will just go ahead and play this. Now, if I want to, I can double block here. We are the control deck in this situation, so I'm totally fine just not attacking yet. Holding up double blocks and things. Muldrotha would be helpful to get out, but I think I will end up playing Eldest Reborn first. Yeah, I think it's better to play Eldest Reborn first than playing Muldrotha, but... Grixis Midrange, unfortunately they mana screwed a little bit. That said, even if they didn't, we were really dominant that game because we were able to just get so much value out of our Explore creatures and our Thief of Sanity. So they killed that, and I'm fine with that. They exiled it, which I'm not fine with, but, you know, Kessel Levi and all that. Where's my music, Arena? Come on. Do you expect me to sing? Crawler Pooner? Sure. Ooh, Underrealm Lich is nice. I do think I'm just going to Eldest Reborn, though. Yeah, I think Eldest Reborn's totally fine. Because none of their sacks are good here. I assume they're going to take Carl Harpooner because they need the mana. Yep. Cool. And I'll just pass. Our first loss came against Mono Red Burn. We had really slow lands. We had nothing but tap lanes, unfortunately. We did go first, so I thought, you know, unless it's an actual aggro deck, we should be fine. It was an aggro deck. We weren't fine. We died on, like, turn 4. Huh. We're Kindling Phoenix, you say. Interesting. So it's going to be 4 damage turno. But I could take their Crawl Harpooner. No, that wouldn't actually work how I want it to. Hey, another Crawl Harpooner. Do I go for this? I have access to that. I otherwise could Underrealm Lich. The only real way I can... Oh, no, I can't because they did that to it. I think I will go ahead and Muldrotha. If they do have the way to kill Muldrotha, then I would be able to just get it back. Otherwise... Crawler Pruner wouldn't really help me here. Health Collector, sure. So I guess I would just be getting Jadelight Ranger at this point. Yeah, I'll just be getting Jadelight. So for right now, at least, Rekindling Phoenix is the only thing that can hit me, and it's 4-turn clock. Technically 3, if you're not counting this turn. I assume you attack him. Reasonable. Oh, okay. They have another collision. I mean, I can just block with Muldrotha. Collision gives how much? 4? 4. So I could block like this and take no damage. And I think that's fine. So if they collision, they'll have 2 mana left over, right? Or Colossus, sorry. They would have 2 mana left over, and they could play something to destroy this. I just don't know what it would be. So if that were the case, that would be a bad situation. But I think this is technically the best situation for me, because it gets around Colossus. It does look like they're going to Colossus here. I guess I could have just single blocked, because Colossus would have put this at 6 toughness. They could have double Colossus? Nope. That's fine. For what it's worth, it also allowed me to not lose any life from it, so that's good. I'm definitely getting Muldrotha back. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I think it's correct to get Muldrotha back. So I can play Woodland Cemetery. I have Creature of Enchantment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mana. I can Thief of Sanity to block. So I think what I'm going to do is... 7 mana? I think I'm going to cast Jadelight first. I need to do that manually. Okay, no, go away. Cast Jadelight Ranger first. You know what? I could have... I'm dumb. Graveyard. I could have... Library! I could have played 2 Merfolk Branchwalkers instead, and I would have gotten the same result. But I guess this way Incubation Druid's still up. So I'm actually going to just block with Thief of Sanity because of the fact that I have access to Muldrotha, and my opponent only has 2 cards. So we should be fine getting access to that Hostage Taker, especially when we will be able to likely, not necessarily, but... Like, oh, no, I guess not. We won't be able to play... We won't be able to cast our own Rekindling Phoenix, but Hostage Taker by itself with Muldrotha out does mean we're going to be able to keep getting it back if they decide to kill it. Unless they Lava Coil it again, which would suck. Skargan. That's not good. That's not good at all. 1, 2, 3. So I could use Incubation Druid as well, but I honestly don't think that's helpful. I think I have to Hostage Taker the Skargan, and then just play out Branchwalker? Yikes. So we'll take this from them. Can play out the Branchwalker. I can also play the Jadelight Ranger out. Oh, I can play the Thief of Sanity too. I'm dumb. I forgot the Jadelight Ranger was still in play. I could attack in with Muldrotha. I do have a decent amount of blockers, but I don't think it's correct. I think I need to chillax for a little bit and talk more about my other games. I play against Jeskai Control and War Eagle. Uh-oh. Well, that's exactly what I wanted them to not have, and they had exactly that. Well, shit. Oh, and they have enough mana. Oh, wow. Perfect draw. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, we're screwed. Our opponent had the lava coils exactly when they needed it. Damn. All right, well, just got control. We were able to win against War Eagle. I believe they were a little mana screwed, for what it's worth, but... Journey. I can't sacrifice anything right now, which is unfortunate. Yeah, no, I'm just dead. I don't believe there's anything I can do. If I play this, they just sack this. If I play Eldest Reborn, they just sack this, and they get it back immediately. I guess I can Branchwalker from hand and see if I get anything. No, I wouldn't, because it'd just be on top. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and concede. That's unfortunate. Oh well. And the last deck that we played against was Grixis Control. And we lost a game we should not have lost. But they had all the answers, man. They had a really well-timed Thought Erasure before I was able to play Vivien into a counterspell, which they top-decked. And then I drew 5 lands in a row. So that one didn't end well. This hand is a bit maxed, but I think it is fine. So we're going to start off with Overgrown Tomb into Hinterland Harbor. Yeah. Arena, please. I'm an Overgrown Tomb. You should also notice that I redid the channel icon, so it should be a little bit better now. Double checking my internet because my opponent is being slow. All right, cool. Very strange. My opponent just taking a while. This means that their original name was inappropriate, I think. So WotC like forcibly changed it to just numbers. So Incubation Druid. It's another tap land, I guess. Should be 2 to 4. So I wouldn't have the ability to use her immediately, but I would be able to play Biogenic Ooze on 5. So we're going against mono red, which is unfortunate. Actually, that's pretty good because it gives us something to do with our turn next turn. And if they kill Incubation Druid, I'm fine with that because I have Jadelight Ranger. And I played these, so I can actually play this instead of taking some damage. So we should be fine. Would I block this? Yes. Because with the Jadelight, we don't actually need it. So. Oh, goodness me. Nope, they're going to kill it now, which is totally reasonable. Let's see if they have a follow-up. Like a Skewer the Critics, well, Skewer the Critics would be after, or a Light Up the Stage. Light Up the Stage would be something I don't want to see. Don't want to see it all. It's like a weak dab. That's what I see out of this art. A weak dab. Why is my opponent playing slow? I don't understand. Well, why are they playing slowly? I believe is the correct use, because that's the adverb version. Describing how they play. Really slow. What are you doing? You have full control on? You're playing mono red. Why do you have like full control playing mono red? My enter's not weird, right? No, my enter's fine. I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand why my opponent is doing this. Okay, let's see if this gets shocked before the before the explore. Fit. We're constantly checking my internet because my opponent is being so slow. Why? Why, opponent? Yeah, I'll keep that on top. Like, it's good. It makes this a 4-3, harder to kill. I can play this and take something of theirs. Mono red should be like the fastest matchup. Either I die or they concede quickly. Sure, Wizard's Lightning, that's fine. Just why did it take you so long to do? Jeez. So I can do Hostage Taker into Biogenic Ooze. I'll take the damage. Even if they kill my Hostage Taker, that's one less point of damage coming at my face. I think they're going to skewer my Hostage Taker. That's my assumption. I don't know. Lightning Strike. Lava. Sure. Am I wrong? Am I being an asshole? Like, it feels like they're playing really slowly. I don't really want to take damage and go to 7. Because then I'd have to, like, go to 3 against that. I feel like it's better to Branchwalker here. But I guess I'd be taking 2 from this anyway. Right, like if I play Branchwalker, I can block one of these and then I take 2. Or I can take the 2 anyway and play Biogenic Ooze. I guess thinking about it like that, I should do this. I am just worried. Because I really don't want to give them cards, and I also don't want to take 4 down to 3, right? Unless I get exactly the enchantment, whose name I cannot remember. I don't have a way to gain life in this deck. Is that true? No, I have Vraska as well. So I just died to skewer the critics. Do I force them? Do I force them to just draw the cards? I think I do. Because they only have access to 1 mana this turn. I don't know. Or 2 mana, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. That was possibly incorrect. But I feel like it was probably the best thing to do. Oh my gosh, Gift of Paradise, thank you. I do wish I took the damage now. Let's put it on this. We gain some life. We play out the Branchwalker. Sure, we'll play this too. And then these will get larger. And then... So I used to... And I might do this again. I might take out one of the green or black sources. I'm not sure which. I think black. I think I have to get rid of a black source. In order to put in Evolving Wilds. Because I used to be able to put Gift of Paradise onto Evolving Wilds. And then keep recycling it with Muldrotha. But the deck as is right now can't. So that is something... And since not many people are running Field of Ruin, it's a lot harder to bait them into doing so by enchanting one of my value lands. Skewer. Alright, this is painful. But they're very close to being back to empty-handed. So I guess this is the burn version, not necessarily the aggro version. So, okay, I'm dead. Why did it take them so long to do that? That's frustrating. You know, hindsight 2020, I shouldn't have... Like, I should have taken the damage. Because then I would have had the ability to play out the Gift of Paradise. But, you know... Also, what the hell? I did so well in practice. I mean, I guess I went 3-2. It's not technically so well, but still. I'm going to be upset if I can't win this one. Because the deck does well. Let's see. Branchwalker into Ranger, into potentially Hostage Taker, but it's going to be a decent amount of damage on our end. And if our opponent's aggro, them going... I mean, regardless, us going second is pretty bad. Okay, green of some sort. And that's actually really nice because it means I don't have to take damage for Branchwalker, at least. Oh, okay, so it's Sultai Midrange. Or it could be just Golgari Midrange, right? But my assumption is Sultai Midrange, so hopefully my version will be able to outvalue their version. Library. So we don't have the Wildgrowth Walkers, and we have very few ways of dealing with them. So we kind of have to save the Hostage Takers for that. Do I want to block this? They can use things like Finality, but I have those as well, so I'll go ahead and block. Oh, wow, they had nothing else? That was a strange attack, then. Go ahead and play this Jadelight Ranger out. Next turn I can play this tap, play Jadelight Ranger. Library. This match is all about value. And being able to have double Finality. I think it's going to be very key. I assume this is going to be Chupacabra. Golgari Finebroker, okay. Gonna get back their Branchwalker, I assume. So I would love to be able to hostage take this Finebroker, but as of right now, I don't think I can justify it. Do I want to attack them? Because they could have Find, and getting back Finebroker with Find is pretty damn good. I'll Jadelight Ranger first. Give myself some information. Give my opponent information as well, but, you know, give myself some information. Library. I think I will attack. Yeah, they decide to block, and I think that's reasonable. So I'll go ahead and play this Breeding Pool down since they know about it. And end the turn. I hate that squelching sound so much. Okay, Branchwalker, sure, sure. I assume they're going to keep that unless they're really looking for land. Nope, they're really looking for land. I assume they have a Vivien in hand. Or they have a lot of blue cards? I shouldn't say I'm sure, but my guess is that that is the case. So here, I don't think it's worth finding for those. I could, like, if I hostage take her, theoretically my opponent could get another Explore trigger, but I think I'm fine. I realize I'm less fine with that, because they could find... No, I guess not. I was thinking maybe they could, like, play a land, find into Woodland and Finebroker. That wouldn't... 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, they could theoretically, like, find... Oh, okay, then. Good to know. Interesting. I'm going to play Branchwalker. I'm fine with that. So I can absolutely kill Carnage Tyrant, which I will absolutely do. Do I play this Watery Grave tapped? I suppose so, because playing it untapped doesn't get me anything. Okay, we're still okay, right? Our opponent has 3 cards. And we can easily get back our hostage takers and things. So we should be fine. They play their own Vivien. That's not good. Another Carnage Tyrant. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think it's correct to just block the crap out of this. I don't know, it might be wrong, but... Thief of Sanity seems pretty dang good here. So I could Thief and Find, so that hopefully I can get stuff from them. Or I can just play Muldrotha. Man, if they Contempt it, it's going to be pretty damn bad. But I think I just play Muldrotha out here. And hope. Uh-oh. It looks like they're targeting it. Damn. That Contempt is awful. Absolutely awful for us. So this is not the value deck. This is hit you. It's not even a reason to play Vannifar. We could get Ooze. No, I died because they're going to Merfolk Folly their Carnage Tyrant now. So I think I need like a Hail Mary. So I think I have to like do this and find. I just try and get something good from them. So I'm going to Folly here. Okay, that seems incorrect unless they plan on playing Vivien, which would suck, which would mean I concede. Which is unfortunate because that would be 3 losses in a row. After winning, yeah. So that was slow on their part. They should have done. Oh, okay. now they're going to get Karn Siren. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Or they're going to do the loop with Memorial. Alright, they don't go for the loop. Elves, sure. I don't know why you're saying good game, I'm not dead yet. I really don't like when people do that. Alright, so we have to attack first, see if we can get something good here. Nope. Double Jadelight Ranger doesn't save me. Even I get 4-3-4-3, I wouldn't have a way to kill both of these. I could Finality, but I just died to this. Wow, that is disappointing. I'm playing another game. I'm not going out like this. I am going to put in a Contempt. Because I think it is important to have. I really wanted to play an God Inheritance, but decided that was not the best idea. Oh, you know what? Contempt also messes with the mana base. It's fine. We'll do it live. I'm very disappointed. I hate when I play practice and like it's looking good, and I just completely blow it in the recording. Nubwards. Nubwards a tree fitting. This is a good hand. Not the best, but it's good. I can do this on turn 2. Or on turn 3, sorry, which is nice. I do think that we start with Hinterland Harbor. No, we should technically start with Drowned Catacombs. That way Incubation Druid can tap for as many different colors as possible. If I play this, then I can play a land. I'd have 4. If I use 3, yes, so I do want to play Incubation Druid first, because that allows me to play Gift and Branchwalker. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll go ahead and just Hinterland Harbor. I will play out the Gift on... I will play out the Gift to the Forest. Then I'll play the Branchwalker. So this might just be Orzhov Control. Library, because we have ramped a lot. We just need to actually, you know, put something on. I mean, we can play a freaking... Alright, I'm going to play another game because that didn't really count. But that was a very good ramp hand. I'm not going to label that as Turbo Concede because they didn't... That wasn't really a Turbo Concede. I ramped like hell, and they were like, nah. Ooh. No. Man, I really want to keep it. I really want to keep it. Sure. Terrible idea. This is going to be mono red, mono blue, or mono white. Oh, okay, it's Gruul. Okay, that is potentially helpful. I still think I probably Jadelight first. Is that true? I don't know. I might Thief first. Depends on, I guess, what they play. If this is Teamer, I think I Thief first. This is not Teamer. If it's like Gruul, like aggro, yeah. All right. Yeah, really slow hand. I'm gonna keep these on the side. So these are what I've drawn. This is Warrior deck. Okay. I played this deck a little bit ago. Look at this. Do I Jadelight? I think I kind of have to. Ignoring this, I go down to 10? That's pretty damn bad. Guess I'll Jadelight. A library, because we can actually use it. Also means that we can trade... I mean, wouldn't trade with this either way. Lava Coil. Gonna play Krasis for 2, I guess. I think I kind of have to. Kind of drawn too many lands? Man, I feel disappointed. Like, there's absolutely a better Sultai deck. If you want to play Sultai and win, you should be playing Sultai Midrange. That essentially is just Golgari plus Hydroid Krasis. That said, I really like Muldrotha, and a lot of people on the channel like Muldrotha, so I brought back some Muldrotha. And unfortunately, is not showing as well as it did in practice. Down to 5. Down to 4. I don't believe there's anything in the deck that can help me win. Nope. I feel awful about this freaking video. Because I feel like I'm so disappointed. Like, I was over here at, like, 1 away from gold 1. And I've dropped all the way down. I'm playing more. Like, I feel so bad about this video because I'm losing with, like, one of my favorite decks. And I just feel, the drain within me. This is a non-keepable hand. Which freaking sucks, but... Got him looking at that. This is the same hand. Hope you don't mind my sadness. There's a shadow just behind me, shrouding every step I take. Please don't be actual control. I thought Eraser just destroys me. Because if they're control, they take Vraska, and then Hashitaker's pretty much useless. It's Esper. Probably Esper Control. And I have nothing to do until turn 4, if I draw another land. Now they have Absorb mana, and Sinister Sabotage mana. Alright, so I guess I can actually play something, which is nice. Probably going to get countered, though. I guess they might not counter this. Especially if they have, like, a Moment of Craving or something. They should really save. I think they should save a counterspell. But it looks like they're going to go and counterspell it. Are you? Right, here. Can I draw a 4th card or 4th land so I can play something? That'd be helpful. Come on. Sure, Kaya. So the shields are down. I would theoretically be able to play a Vraska if I draw a land and kill Kaya, but of course I'm not going to, because that would be too easy. I am the broken. No one can fix us. Come on. Why did this happen to me? Sure, I can play a Branchwalker, but I can't play Thief or Hydroid Krasis. No, it's fine. Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. They've got straight gas. Gonna get a green source, I suppose. So anyway, school's going pretty good. Finished my cog midterm. I think I did relatively okay. I assume they're gonna go ahead and just use Fanatical Firebrand there to kill off my Branchwalker. Yep. And unless I draw a blue source, I can do nothing. I was so incredibly close to conceding. Oh, why? So this is the thing I struggle with constantly, right? This was a terrible, terrible video. Because the deck didn't work, and because the deck didn't work, I just, like, am out of it in terms of commentary. Just complete. I was like, how do I do when the deck don't? So part of me really wants to just like re-record, just be like, nah, scrap this. But another part of me is like, you gotta be true to the game. I'm gonna Hydroid Krasis for 2 and hope that this helps at all. So next turn I can Biogenic Ooze. So I block every day. If I get a chance, I doubt I will. But I Biogenic Ooze next turn, then maybe I can just play Krasis for 4? Yeah, this dies just as I suspected. Then Chain Whirler gets in, then he like light up the stage, and then he gets double he gets double Skewer, and then Skewer kills me. It's fine. Please don't tell me I was right. Please don't light up the stage. I don't need this. Okay. I really don't think I can go to 2, but I'm at 6. So like. Show me the burn spell. I mean, I was dead there either way, right? Like, there's no way I was going to be able to get back from that. That was a catch-22 if I've ever seen one. And we're back in gold 3. Well, that's an incredibly disappointing video. Oh, I feel so bad. Awful. Just awful. Awful. When was the last time I did Abzan? I think I'm gonna do another damn Abzan mid-range video. Because those feel right to me, and I don't get screwed over by just not playing a better deck. Ah. Oh well, I'd like to thank my lovely partners, especially Salamander and Croft, for the continued support. If you'd like to join them in supporting the channel, you'll find links to that down in the description below, along with links to the Discord server and the artist's website, if I can find one for it. Yeah, I do hope you've enjoyed, if not this video, that you've enjoyed my pain and anguish. If you did, go and tap that like button, add subscription to Mana Pool, cast a comment to the comment section down below, and pass the turn and the vid to some of your friends. And until next time, all be one.